In this video, I'm going to take you along with me while I run the back hills of Tennessee. Savannah and I are visiting family over the holidays, and we decided to go on a run. And let's just say the scenery is a little bit different than what we're typically used to. In addition to that, I'm going to tell you a couple of my thoughts on training and especially training with people and training in different locations that you're typically not used to training in, as well as something that we kind of do. It's kind of like a ritual every time we go running, and it's a nice alternative to buying expensive running gel packets and stuff. But anyway, if you enjoy the video, feel free to give it a like, and if you're not, consider subscribing to join me in this journey of becoming a better runner. And with that, sit back, relax, and enjoy this week's vlog. A little bit different of a run-in environment today. Savannah and I are visiting family, and I decided to go on a run. But needless to say, they don't live in Nashville. They live more out in the country. But honestly, it's actually not that bad because there's no sidewalks, but there's no traffic. So technically, this is all kind of like one big sidewalk. It is hilly, so today's run, I don't know how long I'm gonna go. I have a goal in mind, but I don't know if I'm actually gonna hit it. Like, I want to go like 5-ish miles, but as you could probably tell with the hill behind me, hopefully the camera does it justice, the hills here are pretty unforgiving. Also, Savannah is with me. All I had to do is say that I was going to give her some of my like running snacks, and that pretty much sealed the deal. There's also one really big benefit with running with other people, especially with Savannah, and it's something that you wouldn't think. Besides the fact that she's my wife and she's my best friend, and I like running with her. There's another reason. Savannah's pace is a little bit slower than mine, and basically what that means for me is it's going to be an easier run. And honestly, I like running with different people. Mostly people that are a little bit slower, because it helps me not like overexert, because I'm really bad at that. And when I overexert, then my heart rate gets out of whack. But I have also been doing something that actually one of you guys suggested, and it's been helping, and that's actually have a dedicated warm-up routine before I start running. And that's helped really kind of bring my heart rate down. And it literally, from what one of you guys explained to me, which I think it is true because I've experienced it, it kind of preps your body for the mental or the physical task that you're about to like put it through. And it kind of helps ease the heart rate from jumping way up and then going way back down once it realizes that it's just exercising. If you've ever ran hills, you'll be able to understand this. For me personally, the thing about hills it's not the ascent, it's the descent. Because the descent, when you're going down, it's just a lot harder on your knees and your back. Like, at least with it like uphill, it's like it's hard to heel strike. So like your form's pretty good. It's just the fact of like going up, but going down, your form, it's really easy to have bad form. And that for me is where I start feeling a lot of the pains early on in a run is from those descents. But anyway, run's going good. We just crossed over the 1 mile mark, so I don't know how many more we're gonna go. Maybe 5, maybe. The next couple of miles went really well, or as good as they could for running up hills that we're really not used to. And honestly, whenever I'm running with somebody else, I try to really be aware of how they're feeling and if they want to keep going or if they want to pull back. Just like I would really hope that somebody would do that for me if I was in a similar situation. I think, just to talk to Savannah, I think we're going for 5. I think we're going to go a little bit further and get the extra mile. It's not that bad. Honestly, the worst part is the wind because it's cold and it's windy, but again, that's a small thing to complain about. It's pretty and it's just it's a great morning for a run. I'll say that much.
While I was running, I was thinking about something that I've kind of experienced the more that I've been able to run in different locations. And there's no scientific thing. Well, there probably is, but I don't have any scientific facts to back it up. It's just mostly my own personal experience. If you experience this, please feel free to let me know in the comments.
I also should probably mention that they're a little bit higher in elevation than Nashville is, which honestly it's not. I feel like if you change elevations more frequently, it gets a little bit easier to deal with it or adapt. And the only reason I say that is because for work, Savannah and I have been able to travel a lot recently. So I've been able to run in places like the mountains of Montana and then go from that down to like the beaches of Florida or California. And having those drastic elevation changes can be really challenging. But I think, like everything else, with a little bit of experience, it becomes a little bit easier. At least that's how I'm feeling. Like right now, I'm doing fine running with these like a little bit higher elevations. But I remember when I first started running and we would come here, I would really struggle. And yeah, or I could just be progressing as a runner, and that could be it too. But I don't know. I like to think the other one because it sounds a little bit nicer and is a little bit more, yeah. Anyway, I almost did it again. We were supposed to turn around at 2.5 miles, and I just ran to 2.60. And I found the reason I turned around was because I didn't hear Savannah's like steps. Turned around and she was like way down the road because she stopped. I didn't. We're turned around now and we're going home now. How are you feeling? Eating the stack of snacks that I brought you? Yeah. I don't know if I actually mentioned this on any of my videos, but we get the applesauce packets from Costco, and we get them for running, and it's mostly it's kind of like a cheap, less good version of like the goo gels and stuff like that. And I only ever use them on easy runs when I'm not really pushing my body, but I still like need to fuel it, and I normally do it around the halfway point. And I think like the cost, like the Costco brand, is like 35 cents a packet, versus some of like the goos can be like $3 a packet. So it's a little more doable and a little more realistic for like easy runs when there's not a lot of effort put in. I still use gels and stuff for the long runs and like harder runs, but the easy runs where I'm keeping my heart rate lower and it's like shorter runs, I'll just stick with those. We're at 4 miles now, almost done. We have 1 mile to go, and yeah, we're not going into the wind anymore, which is really nice. So we're getting pushed by the wind. So it's warming up a little bit, and yeah. Also, this little area is pretty cool. It's like there's like a creek that goes through with a bunch of little houses. It's like a little town. This is one of the reasons I like running in places like this, or just in new places in general, because you stumble upon things like this. And doing it on foot is way better than doing it like in a car and stuff like that. I mean, look at that. And 5 miles. Savannah's watch isn't quite at 5 miles, so I'm going a little bit further, but 5 miles. It's a good run, right? Yeah.